We are heading for war with France, and I want to make peace. Peace, I say.
Okay.
I want you to go to Paris and meet with the French foreign minister. Do not come back with nothing resolved.
Okay. Minister Talleyrand.
What do you want? I do not wish to meet with you.
We wish to make peace, not fight.
Let us resolve our issues.
Please just listen. This will do well for both our countries.
Talleyrand sent 3 men, Bellamy, Hauteville, and Hottinger. They demanded a $250,000 bribe for Talleyrand. America refused. Adams found out and was not very happy.
This is nonsense. $250,000? Is a man insane? Does he have something wrong with his brain? Did someone put something in his drink when he said that? That's it. I had enough. We're preparing for war. This time, it's for real.
Mr. President, don't you think you're taking it a little too far? This looks like an excuse for war.
Absolutely not. That is an outrageous amount, and he has no right to ask for that.
Adams didn't wage war, but the XYZ affair turned the country against France. He was determined to find a peaceful solution.
John Adams, you signed 4 important bills into law in 1798.
Yes, these bills were signed to crush the opposition.
Tell us about these interesting laws of you, Mr. President.
Well, the Naturalization Act made it more difficult for immigrants to become citizens. The Alien Act allowed the president to deport any alien considered dangerous. The Alien Enemy Act was directed at French immigrants. At last but not least, the Sedition Acts threatened to imprison anyone who did anything scandalous or unheard of.
Now, I heard that you've been criticized many times by close friends of yours. How did that make you feel?
As you know, I'm a very sensitive man.
Oh.
Ow, that hurt. I love to feel loved. It makes me feel fuzzy inside. It hurts me to know that those people felt the way about me.
Oh. It's so sad. Oh, it's okay. Just think it could have been worse. You were even loved enough to be elected the second time around as president. That's something to feel special about. You're a special man, Adams. Now I have some questions about some of the important events you attended.
I attended many events over a long span of time. In 1797, I attended and called to the first special session of Congress. There we debated the escalating crisis in French-American relations.
What about in 1798?
Yes, I put the 11th Amendment into full force, which stated that federal courts shouldn't have the jurisdiction over litigation between people from one state against people from another. I also appointed Winthrop Sargent as governor of the newly formed territory known as the Mississippi Territory.
Oh, I heard something about you appointing a Secretary of the Navy.
Yes, I appointed Benjamin Stoddard as the first Secretary of the Navy, as I recall.
Wow, you had a very complicated job. So is it true that you appointed the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Army?
Yes it is. I appointed George Washington as the Commander-in-Chief.
George Washington, what a great man and leader. Good job on that. America will thank you. Now, what did you have to sign off in the year 1800?
I had to sign off the Federal Bankruptcy Act. This gave protection to the merchants and traders from debaters.
Unfortunately, you didn't win for your re-election, but I know you did some major things before you failed your re-election.
Yes, unfortunately I didn't win again, but I did pass the resolution for the establishment of a Library of Congress.
So what was the Library of Congress?
It was hoped to be the National Library of the United States and was a service to the members of Congress. I also moved into the Executive Mansion in Washington, D.C.
Well, you sure were busy all the time.
Yes, I was.
Now, I've come to know that before you were elected the second president, you served many different roles in Congress and the government, right?
Yes, I served as a legal advisor to the legislature when I was elected as the Boston representatives to the General Court, which was the Towers House. I participated on the Governor's Council. I was elected as a Massachusetts delegate to the Continental Congress. I was a member of Commission to France. I was the Vice President of the U.S. and finally became the second President of the United States.
Wow, you were a busy, busy man. Well, thank you for coming in and telling us about your life. I hope to see you soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Now let's call in 3 famous historians so they can tell us how he impacted early America and the whole world at that time. Hello.
Hi, very honored to be here.
Yes, me too.
Hi, it's very nice to be here.
Yes. Well, it is great to have you both. So what was his political impact?
His aloofness and refusal to enter the political conflict could have lost him the re-election. He was a very stubborn man, so he was left politically isolated and alone. Sometimes his own cabinet didn't agree with him and his choices.
Well, he sounded like he was a very independent man at times.
Yes, he was very independent. His opinion always mattered more than anyone else's. He was very confident about never giving into the public opinion that conflicted with his morals and principles and that he believed in. He also feared majority rule and didn't trust the people.
Was he an isolated man?
Yes, because he was so isolated, it affected decisions he made about this country and the citizens living in it.
Well, how did he impact the U.S. in the long run?
Along with us, most historians would say that he was right in not making the war with France an all-out conflict.
He also made a good decision in not calling another war after the War of Independence.
Yeah, you're right. The world may have suffered for his bad decision if he did call another war. I have also heard that if he completed a second term, historians say that history may have judged him differently. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. He also left a great legacy behind when he passed away. It was one of the reasons moral leadership, compassion, and the rule of law.
Well, thank you for telling us all these facts about his impact and legacy. It was great to have you guys.
It was great,
It was
to,
great
be
to be
here.
here.
It was great to be here.
I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I definitely feel like I gained some knowledge and got smarter within these last 60 minutes. Stay tuned for next week's episode of
Thomas Jefferson.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me.
Behind the scenes of the making of John
Yeah, we did
Adams.
this one. Yeah.
Oh, I can do a move.
I think we did because we got up to the historian. We just skipped all the...
Calling another war after the War of Independence.
Yeah, you're right. The world may have suffered.
In 1797, I attended and called to have the first special session of Congress. There we debated the escalation.
John Adams. So tell me how you feel about slavery.
Get out of here! It went back off.
My hand hurts. I can't continue.
You double play. You double play. You be the priest and I'll film.
No.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I'll film. Go have a seat. Just go sit there and look and see where this.
Oh,
where
you
this.
only click the button once.
this?
That's it.
He's gonna wear a jacket.
Wait, it's still recording! James, it's still recording.